everyone, welcome to match 1 of 3 of Temur Prowess. In this video we are playing against Mono Black Vampires, which is an interesting aggro deck. Again, like Mono Black Zombies, kind of attacks on many angles, which I enjoy. Figured you'd also enjoy. So, our opening hand is actually pretty bad. You usually want to keep a hand with several threats. In this case we had just one, and of course it got Thoughtseized away, so now we're basically top decking for a threat. Luckily we get one. We do run a decent amount of threats here, so the odds weren't completely against us, but still we're already behind when we want to be putting pressure here. Luckily we don't see any removal. Cordial Vampire is kind of an interesting creature. So we draw a fourth land, and that's kind of much here. A little too much for my comfort, but it is what it is. We're going to go basic. We're not going to go too heavy on our lands here because we are playing against an aggro deck, so they're going to be dealing quite a bit of damage. We draw another Manamorphose off of our Manamorphose. So let's try it again. Obviously I'm choosing blue here in case I draw Storming Entity. Let's see if I do it again for the second Manamorphose. No. Alright, well, that's just a gamble, basically, at that point. So we're going to lose that 2 mana. We'll swing in with a 3/4. Our opponent decides to block to pump up their Bloodghast, which I suppose is okay. But we're going to kill it anyway. I mean, I saw that coming either way. I think I was going to kill that Bloodghast, but... Okay, it looks like I didn't. So I was waiting for it to get bigger by 1 more, it seems. Probably cast Secure to Critics maybe for its main mana cost. Like its full mana cost, 3 CMC. Right here. Oh, I'm not. Very interesting. So I'm doing this again. Okay, so that's fine. Now we got it to pump. And now we can... And I just realized I actually couldn't cast Secure to Critics last turn because we didn't deal any damage to the opponent, so that's why I didn't cast it. Either way, it got killed here, so... Of course, the Bloodghast is going to keep coming back. So that's going to be a bit annoying. My boy, Nighthawk Scavenger, enters the battlefield. Kind of sucks when it's against me, though. Ideally... we play it when it's, you know, on our side. We're going to draw a Swamp next turn, so that's okay. So here I'm going to attack in and see if they take the bait. They probably are. They figure worst case they gain 6 life. So we're going to pump up our Soulscar Mage anyway. Now we have a 5/6 Goyf. So they got to deal with that. They are at 24 life though, so this is going to be a long climb up, if we could even get there. Yeah, so the Bloodghast recursion is just brutal. Really is brutal. And we way overdrew on lands, as you can see here. So... probably going to concede very soon. I'm going to try and inflict a lot of damage here, but realistically, they're still ahead. Yeah. So let's concede. That's basically enough. I've seen enough. Spreading Seas, Reality Shift, Surgical Extraction. Surgical Extraction in particular is going to be playing a big role here. Reality Shift in case their creatures get too big or they get out of range of Lightning Bolt or Secure to Critics. So I think a couple of Reality Shifts would help. Yeah. So no threats first hand. Second hand we have 2 threats. Some redundant Spreading Seas and 2 lands. I'll probably get rid of one of the Spreading Seas.
Interesting, I didn't. Huh.
I figure I was threat heavy. Okay. It's rare that you see me scry away like that, but 2 Spreading Seas is going to be pretty brutal against our opponent. Well, maybe 1 now. Don't think they're going to take Storming Entity just yet. No, that's what I thought. 2 Spreading Seas would be very, very brutal, so I'm not surprised there. I think I'm going to Spreading Seas right away. This way they can't cast anything double black turn 2. And we'll go from there. Next turn we get a Storming Entity, which is nice. Assuming they don't Thoughtseize us again. They don't. Perfect. So here we go. Metamorphose into a beautiful Storming Entity. And Surgical Extraction off the top, which is beautiful. See, now things are going a bit more our way. So I see another Surgical on top. I almost certainly want it. Alrighty. I mean, we have a backup Swiftspear, so I'm not too concerned. We're not countering anything, so Cavernous Souls is just fine. Extirpate, which is interesting. They're going to see that we have Surgical Extraction, which is kind of funny. So they took all of our Monastery Swiftspears. I mean, it's not a big deal. I mean, we have plenty of other threats, and they still have to deal with a Storming Entity on the battlefield. Reality Shift, very good draw. Another Stormwing. Yeah, those 2 cards very much on top. Alright. See how it goes. Sure, can't do much there. Cool. So, in theory, we could get rid of that creature, but right now we're not too worried because we have a flyer on the battlefield. We're about to get a second one. Doesn't really matter here. So, Serum and Soulscar Mage. Yeah, don't need another Soulscar. Kind of need a land, ironically, or just more instants and sorceries. Let's get rid of Sorin because I'm feeling uneasy about it being there. They have a 2/3 Death Touch lifelink. They're going to attack in, most likely. I'm clearly not going to do anything about it. They're going to go get rid of our Metamorphose. Interesting. Sure, go for it. I mean, I already got my 2 Storming Entities on the battlefield, so it's a little too late there. Let's see what they got now. Cool. We're going to let that through. Because this turn we can deal an insane amount of damage. Spreading Seas is pretty good. Huh. At this point, I'm wondering if I even need the Forest. It would be nice to be able to cast 2 spells instead of 1 every turn. So, here, more the question is, do we need another Spreading Seas? Yeah. We do. We said yes to both. Cool. So I want to deal 10 damage here, which I could if I surgically extract something out of their graveyard. So just chose essentially something. A creature that would be a bit bothersome. So now we can swing in for 10, sorry. Which is going to be pretty intense. So we play that land, yeah. So they're dead this turn. I mean, my next turn, unless they have something. Okay, that's something. But we have reality shift for that, so not really concerned about it. Yeah, this is going to be GG. And there we go. We swing in for the kill. All right, game 3. So not much I think I want to change here. Pretty happy with the 60 that we have. Okay. Swap the skewer for immunogenic growth. Fine. This hand is keepable, although sometimes when I see 3 lands in a deck like this, like it's for me it's borderline. It's borderline, but this was enough. This was enough to allow me to keep it, but especially game 3, you don't want to risk too much here. You know, a 6 could have been way worse than that 7. So, and here we're drawing more and more threats, which is not a bad thing. Doing some math. So I can't attack in because of that Death Touch lifelink. Bloodghast enters. Yeah, we're not going to do anything here. We can take care of it this turn. Well, our turn. Spreading Seas is actually pretty good. Probably, yeah. Spreading Seas. Take out one of those swamps. Extirpate, sure. Take care of my Misty Rainforest. They're really trigger happy with that extirpate, but alright. Go for it. Take all my Misties. I mean, I have 3 lands. Actually, you're probably doing me a favor here, so. So let's attack in. And yeah, let's get rid of that Death Touch lifelinker. Goodbye. Okay. Got nothing there. So they're definitely putting pressure on us. We draw Manamorphose, which is great. Get a Storming Entity out of it. Reality Shift. That's going to be useful next turn. Another Manamorphose, another light up the stage. Yeah. Manamorphose, yes. Light up the stage, no. Perfect. If they don't play right here, we could, if my math is right, we might have lethal next turn, or near lethal. Really depends on what happens on this turn. 2 Bloodcasts, gonna, okay. Well, we have Reality Shift for the Death Touch lifelinker. Surgical Extraction is pretty good, but we're not going to cast it just yet. Get an island. So we could Reality Shift and cast Storming Entity, which is always good. Yeah, I think I would put that on top just to be safe. So I have 8 right now, 8 damage, but I still have to deal with that Death Touch lifelink. So I have to do some quick math here and see if I can get by. So it looks like I'm offering up a trade. So Surgical to Bloodghast. Obviously, I'm playing it pretty close to the chest here. We're getting rid of almost all the Bloodghasts that they have. Definitely have to kill that. No choice here. Hawk Scavenger, sure. Made our decision easy here. So what we'll do is we'll cast Reality Shift, take out Nighthawk Scavenger, and then block their 3/3. That should... yeah. It's indestructible, but still. And we draw our next Reality Shift, which was the card we put on top. And it's GG. Alright, we got it. We got it. So as you can see, your life is just a resource like anything else. You got to use it. Sometimes you got to take a risk, but when you take the proper risk, you usually get a proper reward. Our opponent being a good sport about it. And we swing in for the kill. We got it. Cool. So, what did you think about this match against Mono Black Vampires? It was nice to go up against a aggro deck that, you know, again, it's not just necessarily doing all the damage it can, it's also gaining life, it's recurring creatures, it's doing a bunch of things in this graveyard. So a lot of different angles you need to deal with, and you know what, even with our limited tools, if you think about it, we're not playing permission, there's a limited amount of removal that we can and disruption that we can. We're able to do it. Yeah, I'm pretty happy to see Temur Prowess perform the way it does under these types of situations. So yeah, let me know what you think. I'm sure you were sweating a bit. If I definitely was when I was playing this game. You know, getting all the way down to 1 life, but it was all calculated. It's all calculated risks. You have to kind of think ahead and say, okay, well, what could they draw to screw this over? You know what you're drawing next, so you know what you can get out of if things go a certain way. And yeah, paid off here. So if you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. If you enjoy my content in general, please subscribe, hit the notification bell. Follow me on Twitter, Facebook, all that stuff really helps me out a lot. If you want to join my ever-growing Patreon community, check out the Patreon link in the description in this video. You know, set up cool tiers. You know, check out all the information on Patreon. But basically, I give you back some of your money as well at the end of every year in the form of magic cards, just as a big kind of like a thank you. So yeah, all the information's there. Thanks and have a good one.